Chug,
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 chug, chug, chug. This week's Drink of the Week segment is brought to you by a poorly performed intro because we're doing this on Zoom and it sounded as if we're already drunk. So take that as you may. The stay-at-home orders have caused a little delay in technology, so that intro was not as clean as it normally is. So this week we're gonna go double fist and bring you 2 Drink of the Week reviews. Since we're coming into Thanksgiving, what better way than to review 2 drinks, considering that the amount of alcohol normally consumed to deal with family members is twice as much as you would regularly drink. We have a Harpoon Dunkin pumpkin. We did that in regards to pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving. And to stick with the sweet dessert theme, we're also doing Yuengling's Hershey's Chocolate Porter, coming out of Yuengling Brewing Company out of Pottsville, PA, the oldest brewery in the nation. So, Chris, what do you want to do first here? And Donald and Jason are on this Drink of the Week, but again, due to stay-at-home orders, we were not able to split our beers into 4s. So, unfortunately, they will not be able to give a sip and review for either one of these 2 beers. Maybe we can get their reviews at a later time, unless they have something at their house that they want to review now and just add it into Drink of the Week via virtual edition.
I'm just here for support.
There you go.
What
So we got it.
Are you drinking, Jason?
Say what?
What flavor of Crystal Light are you drinking?
I am drinking pink lemonade. Raspberry lemonade, matter of fact. Here's a life hack. If you don't like beer, put Crystal Light in it.
This guy.
I took a lot of hell for it, but
the opinions of the reviews and opinions of certain people on the Drink of the Week segment do not support the overall opinions of the rest of the hosts of this show. So please disregard that segment and that tidbit by Jason of adding Crystal Light to your beer.
Okay, I can edit that out during post-production.
We'll thank Donald for being our designated driver of this segment, since he's just here for support. We appreciate that. But you always need a good designated driver, and holiday season, don't get behind the wheel of a car drunk. Call an Uber, call a friend, call me. I don't care, but let's stay sober and not get behind the wheel of the car there.
Usually for the holidays, I stick with the hard stuff. I usually don't drink beer for Thanksgiving or Christmas. I'll do wine or mixed drinks. I got some beer at home, so it might just end up being a beer holiday this year for Thanksgiving. So let's start it off with Harpoon's Dunkin Pumpkin. This is basically a twist that's supposed to be a pumpkin ale mixed with Dunkin coffee to kind of make like a hard pumpkin latte.
Yeah, it says it's inspired by our favorite fall latte. This ale is brewed with pumpkin, fall spices, and a splash of coffee.
Let's give it a try.
Give it a taste and see where we're at. I don't know about you, but I don't taste any pumpkin or pumpkin spice latte. To me, it's just it tastes like beer.
Yeah,
I don't get anything.
Very strong. Yeah,
it just tastes like beer.
I'm getting, it's definitely getting the beer taste, but I'm getting the coffee flavoring with it. It's also 5.2 alcohol, which is average. Nothing special in there. Usually for a coffee and pumpkin beer, I think the alcohol percentage is a little bit higher, so kind of surprised that this is a little bit on the low end. But I agree, I'm not really getting too much of the fall spices or the pumpkin flavoring.
No, I mean, I like the bottle. Love Life is written on the bottle. It's definitely reminiscent of a Dunkin' Donuts coffee cup.
Love Life and Love Beers on the bottle.
Yeah, that's great. I don't know.
For essence of pumpkin,
I'm not getting any pumpkin at all. Nothing.
Nothing. I can kind of tell maybe a little bit of spice in the aftertaste, but definitely not a whole lot. Like whenever you think of a fall beer, that's what you're drinking for, is to get that pumpkin and that spice flavor in there. And the coffee and the beer flavor is more overpowering on my end, at least.
Yeah, I'm on a scale of 1 to 5 sumos. I'm gonna have to go with a 2. I'm not impressed with the lack of flavor, lack of spices. And just as a beer taste, it's not even that good of a beer. So I'm gonna go with a 2 for Harpoon's Dunkin' Pumpkin.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about the same thing with you. It's not a bad drinking beer. Like I don't hate it while I'm drinking it, but there's just nothing special about it that I'm
It's
picking out.
not. Yeah, if I have other choices around me,
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab those before I grab this.
Like I still have some whole hog pumpkin ale here, and I'd rather have that than this. Which
Oh,
is
that
really
absolutely,
It's great.
trounces. Like that absolutely
I'm a
trounces.
big fan of Dunkin' Donuts beer, so I was really kind of looking forward to this. Not Dunkin' Donuts beer, Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Yeah, I was kind of really looking forward to trying this out. But yeah, I think I'm going to go with the 2 as well.
All right. Well, that was the Harpoon Dunkin' Pumpkin. Keeping up with the dessert themed edition of Drink of the Week, we'll move on to the Yuengling Hershey's Chocolate Porter. Yuengling is one of my favorite beers. It's one of the beers that I started drinking after turning 21, or before I was 21. You can edit that out, but it clearly states on the label 21 to enjoy. So if you weren't aware of the drinking age, Yuengling makes it known to you what the legal drinking age is. So if you're not 21, don't enjoy this beer.
I'm wondering if they did that because of how prominent Hershey's is on the label.
Absolutely, they had to have
Yeah.
to cover themselves to make it known. Hey, this is an alcoholic beverage and not just a kid's drink.
Yeah, nothing, not like a dessert drink or anything like that.
Might get it confused with chocolate milk.
Yeah,
I mean,
possible.
I know, like, before taking a taste of it, like, when you hold the bottle up, like, you smell chocolate. Like, you smell a Hershey's chocolate bar for sure. Like, before you even taste it.
Would have definitely grabbed that as a kid.
Yeah, let's try it.
That is straight chocolate.
I like that.
Yeah, that is like drinking a spiked Hershey bar.
Jason, for how into Irish car bombs you are, I'd kind of like to get your take on this, to see what you think. What you would think of it.
Where'd you get that at?
I actually picked this up at Giant Eagle.
Oh,
I did
even better.
Did a make my own 6-pack with it. So
Okay. Might have to try some at work.
it's definitely not like a stout. So I'm looking this up. This is actually 4.7% alcohol. So that really, really low for Yuengling. But I agree. Yuengling's one of my favorite beer. Yuengling Lager is one of my favorite beers to drink. It's different because I was kind of expecting with the porter and the chocolate Hershey, I thought maybe it would taste like a stout, be a little more smooth. But this definitely is a beer. It's definitely nothing like a stout. Yeah,
it's a porter. It's completely opposite of a stout.
But I really like the flavor. Like I knew that there was going to be a chocolate flavor, but I wasn't sure how much the chocolate would really pick up. But
no, it's there. Like I said, I absolutely taste Hershey's chocolate. Like, I don't know how many of these I'm gonna actually sit down and drink.
yeah,
I don't think I'm buying a case of these to hammer through on Thanksgiving. Am I having one after my first plate while I'm sitting there watching the second football game? Is kind of a wash down of all the food I consumed. I would probably have one or two of these. Not something that I would go back to regularly, though.
I agree. Yeah, I don't know if I'd pick up a 6-pack and just at the end of a hard day, this would be my go-to type of beer. Something for special for a holiday, for Thanksgiving or Christmas.
This is
your dessert, you want a beer. I think it's a good beer to match with that.
This is a great beer for a beer exchange with your buddies for Christmas.
Yes.
So everybody go get a case or a 12-pack, and then you mix match. You go around and take beers from whatever everybody bought. This is a great beer to do in a beer exchange, because you get one or two, which is about the limit for me that I'll drink of these. It's different. It is good. Like, I'm enjoying drinking it. Don't get me wrong. Based off of what I've said so far, I have enjoyed drinking it. Out of the two that we've done today, I'm definitely taking the Hershey's Porter over the Dunkin' Pumpkin. Yeah. That's for sure. So yeah, what would you go with 1 to 5 sumos for the Yuengling Hershey's Chocolate Porter?
I really like it. It's not I was expecting overly sweet, and I don't think it's overly sweet.
It's overly chocolatey, not overly sweet. And chocolate by itself is not sweet. Chocolate is bitter.
Yeah, I thought I was kind of going in with the mindset that I might get a toothache after drinking this one, but it's not. It's It's an easy to drink beer. And in my mind, I'm sitting there going like, okay, I like stouts. So if I want like a dessert beer, chocolate stouts usually my way to go. So would I pick this over a stout? No. Is this something I could drink a lot? Probably not. Probably like once here or there, like for the holidays. If they would make this a seasonal beer every time around this time of year, like with the winter warmers and everything, I'd probably pick it up once a year. It's definitely not something that I'm not really going to be looking for every week whenever I need a beer or anything like that. But I think I'm leaning towards the 3.75 on this.
Ah, okay. All right. I'm gonna keep it even keel and just give it a 3.
Okay.
I'm not overly high on it. I'm not overly down on it. It is a good beer. Like I said, I think this beer is best for a beer exchange where you drink one or two. You can pour it out, if you're having people over, share it. It's not a case buying beer where you buy a case and just sit there with one of your other buddies and you each drink 12 of them while you're watching football all day on Sunday. Like, it doesn't, to me, it's not that. Some people may like it more,
Sure.
but I'm perfectly fine with giving it a 3, just because I think it's just an average beer for me. All right, so that's a 2 for the Dunkin' Pumpkin from on the Sumo scale for me and Chris, and then we went with a 3.75 from Chris and a 3.0 for me on the Sumo scale for the Yuengling Hershey's Chocolate Porter. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Drink of the Week. And with everything, as always, we ask that you pick up your red Solo cups, your bottles, your cans, your shots, whatever you're drinking out of or drinking with this week, and raise them up as we give a toast to good ships and wood ships and ships that sail the seas. But the best ships are friendships, and friends will always be. Salute.